Let's get started, Tony. What's the deal with retirement? And I think you have something like a retirement number is what you call
Okay. Well, I'm going to start off just quickly going over the 7 risks to retirement. It's the 7 risks are market risk, tax risk, rising healthcare costs, long-term care, inflation, longevity, and premature death. They all tie together. Today, we're going to really focus on only on market risk and longevity, but they all, like I say, tie in. Now, starting off with retirement, I keep hearing, what's the right age? What's the number? I hear millennials telling me that they want to retire by the time they hit 40 or 45, 50. Then I hear people saying 65. I hear people saying 95. They're on the Freedom 95 train. But you know what? The retirement is really only a number. It's a number it's different for everyone. And really, it's only a number, because if you had enough money to walk into your employer's office today because you had enough of a nest egg put aside, you wouldn't wait till you reach that. Oh, hold on, I got to wait another 10 years. No, you'd be out of there today, especially, there's circumstances you love what you're doing, you're going to be there. But other than that, a lot of people that want to do other things in life, once you have that nest egg, they move on. There's 3 major chapters in life that I segmented. Your young age, so 0 to 25, those are the years of dependence age, when you are being taken care of. Then there's the middle age, which some people might dispute with this, but I say between 26 and 70, because it's the age everyone says, I've got this. Next, which are your earning years that you're building your lifestyle and you're enjoying your life and building towards your retirement. And then hits the real retirement between 71 and 91. And that's where did I put it? I think I'm almost there right now, because I'm like, where did I put my glasses? I do that quite often. But you need to have enough money to sustain your life with the very little safety net that you'll have at that time. The 3 main principles to focus on when you're thinking about retirement is, number 1, really retire. And that means you're retired. You walk out, it's cold turkey, you're done. The next is basically not to be forced back into the workforce. I see a lot of people working on a lot of retail shops that are standing around and working. And I hope for them that it's only because it's a hobby to get out of the house and to meet people, and not being forced to try to depend on living. And 3, enjoy your life. You've saved, you've worked hard. You may have missed your kids growing up. Enjoy that retirement. Spend that time with the kids, the grandkids, whatever you can, and maximize that as much as you can.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't realize that right now there are more seniors than there are kids under 15, and something has to sustain our government pensions, which fortunately in Canada we're probably one of the top in the world in terms of pension management, or we're certainly the gold standard. But we're just seeing baby boomers getting older every day, and everybody's getting older. So we've talked about this before, and the 4 answers, or rather the 4 questions that people need to be able to answer as they're heading into retirement. And it doesn't mean that age 60 or 55. You should be thinking about this early on. What rate of return do you need to earn? How much you need to save for your retirement? How much longer would you have to work to be able to retire? And then the 4th question, which when we're talking to people, Tony, it's a tough one, where you're willing to reduce your lifestyle in retirement. And that's a tough one to talk to, isn't it, Tony? The last question.
Yeah, it's definitely hard, because a lot of people are so used to a certain lifestyle. And when you talk to the financial, your FI, your financial institutions, they all talk about, oh, you're going to be able to retire on 60% of what you're making now. They're also going to say you're going to be in a lower tax bracket. Well, the lower tax bracket, I'm having a hard time believing that with all the money that's being spent by governments in the pandemic. We're going to be forced to repay it somehow. So that's number 1 on the tax. So we don't know where the taxes are, but chances are they're not going to go much lower than they are, and they're probably going to start going higher. That's in my eyes, it's a good bet. And now try to live off of 60% today. Off your, if they're telling you to live off 60%, yeah, let's try that today and see how that works out for you. And, and throw in a little bit of inflation that's happening, and yet you can still work and make more money. But once you hit retirement, there is no going back. And that inflation is with us. And we're going to talk about inflation a little bit later. I'll let you talk about that, Ray. But yeah, let's just try that. That 60% just blows my mind away. And then they get into the problem with average return. Everyone says, well, the average return, blah, 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 blah. Well, averages are not what you really are looking for. But Ray, I'll let you discuss more about that.
Okay. Yeah. It's like you said about the 60%. Do a dry run now, see if it works. And if it does, great. If it doesn't, then you got some splaining to do, as they would say.